Jordan,
Ian.
who was stood at the altar, mistook the priest for a spooky ghost monk, tackled him, and is now banned from every church everywhere.
Sir Ian McKellen.
No, two guys. Sir Ian McKellen just makes me chuckle. Hello, and welcome to episode 29 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where two guys take time away from their loved ones to laugh at shitty jokes. My name is Ian, and I am joined by the guy who makes me feel both warm and fuzzy in equal measurements, Jordan. Jordan, how are you?
Awful.
Oh, fantastic. Why is that?
No, I'm totally kidding. I'm feeling really good.
Oh, fantastic.
And shall I tell you why?
Yeah, absolutely, please do.
Because this week it is my 4th wedding anniversary. Hey!
4 fucking years. That has gone so fast.
Yes, that really has, hasn't it? Sort of scary, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years ago, almost to this day, we were, stood there at the altar.
Yep.
I was sort of...
Tackling the priest.
Yes. That's why we had to change our plans.
Actually, funnily enough, about thinking about your wedding, because you said it was coming up, your anniversary.
Yeah.
I remember being stood at the altar next to you as I was best man, and I kept saying to the priest, "Are you going to tell me when to sit down?" And he went, yeah, don't worry about it, mate. And I was like, okay, right. So he called me up. So I stood there, and your wife was walking down the aisle towards us.
Wife-to-be.
Wife-to-be, of course, my mistake, sorry. And I was thinking to myself, should I be stood here? Like, this is definitely your and her moment. Why the hell am I here? So I was like, I didn't want to interrupt and be like, "Hey mate, should I just go sit down or what?" So I was just kind of waited, and then your wife to be joined you at your side. He started doing the ceremony, and I was like, "Should I still be here?" And I kind of I had to stop him. I was like, dude, do I need to sit down? Because you haven't said anything. He's like, yeah, go sit down. I was like, okay, thanks. And then I had to walk, cut the ceremony off, walk from the altar to my seat next to my wife, who had her head in her hands, and just really awkwardly shuffle and sit down and just be like, what the fuck, man? I was just like, I don't know why he didn't say, "You may be seated now," or "You don't need to be here, I'll call you when we need the rings," or anything of that sort.
And it seems like it's your fault now.
Yeah, everyone's staring at me going, "You fucking idiot."
Why did he choose you, for fuck's sake?
Yeah, the whole wedding's ruined now.
Didn't know that. Never knew that.
I'm sure it'll be on video somewhere. Someone will have caught it.
That's so funny.
It'll be on You've Been Framed in the next couple of years.
That's it. Unfortunately, that's not a thing, is it, anymore?
Oh, is it not? Have they stopped that? Thank God. I'm safe.
Well, I mean, I don't think people have VHSs and DVDs now.
Yeah, but video still exists.
Oh, you're right.
We should start our own. Two Guys What's Up Been Framed.
It sounds like we've done something really dodgy and we're the most wanted.
Oh, well, we haven't because we were framed, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Or it's just a really lovely portrait.
Delightful.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, let's go for that one because I don't really want to be on any kind of list anywhere.
Speaking of sort of weddings and lovey-dovey things,
yeah,
my wife sometimes uses my office space, which I'm currently sat in, and I came in yesterday to find a little note on the desk.
Oh, delightful. Was it
handwritten note?
"I'm sick of you. I'm moving to Mexico. I'm taking the dog, so you can't sell him anymore." And
she bought him back.
Yeah. All the food's mouldy in the fridge. Enjoy.
Yeah, near enough. It says, "You need," with need underlined,
yep.
"You need to tidy this room!" Exclamation, exclamation. "It's a mess!" Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. "Desk needs wiping properly!" Exclamation, exclamation. So who said romance is dead?
Oh, yeah, naturally, yeah. I get notes like that all the time.
And texts. and emails.
Texts.
And voicemails.
Yeah, and megaphone straight into my ear,
Great.
waking me up.
Well, I mean, it's effective, I'll say that.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm free from all that now.
Because you're moving to Mexico.
I'm not, no, but I have, my wife and I have broke up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I received an email from my now new girlfriend, Kim, again. I don't know if we can remember her.
Yes.
My email mistress, I guess, at the
Yes,
time. Now,
I mean,
now
she's
girlfriend.
Been longing for you for a while.
I mean, I say she's my new girlfriend. I'm living in hope because she hadn't got back to me after my last email to her. But I can let you know the progress if you want.
I would love to hear that. Yes, please.
Oh, fantastic! It's beautiful. It's this will be written in a book when we're old and we can look back and read over the emails that got us together. It's beautiful.
Oh.
It started off, "Hello, Ian," smiley face. "How are you? I prepared a sexy pic for you. I uploaded it to this site. Please find me there." and the site was a hot link, so it could take me somewhere.
Amazing. Well, already it sounds wonderful.
Off to a fantastic start, isn't it?
It really is.
So I replied saying, "Hey, how's it hanging? I sent you some sexy pics. Thought I'd scared you off. Don't worry, I'm a grower, not a shower, and I'm just out the shower."
And it's a bit cold.
Yeah, I did write that, yeah. I said, yeah, a cold shower at that.
Can't afford the heating bills.
And I've been thinking about naked grandmas. Funny, my old girlfriend used to call it her tasty little walnut whip. Cute until I found out why. Anyway, what did you think to my booty? Some say it's lopsided. I just say it has character. But hard to wash, really. But it's okay. It's an aromatic, nutty smell, so it won't put you off when it comes to gobbling my donut. I love that, by the way. Can't wait to hear what you think about my nudes. I think picture number 1079 really shows my sexy side. And I signed it off, Ian.
That's amazing. Well, I think if there's romantic sort of poetry, I think it's that, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it continues. There's many more interactions.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I am well and truly getting the popcorn for this.
Yeah, fantastic. Take a seat, mate. Get your bloody popcorn out and have a little gobble down.
Yeah, I try not to make this desk messy, though.
Yeah. God, don't want to anger your wife anymore. So Kim replied, "Ian, hi. My boyfriend is not in town.
Wait, what?
Let's meet. Here are my photos."
Okay.
Right, and the link now is Kim Marshall Gallery. Said, sign in there to find my profile. My nickname is Kim91. Kisses, Kim. So I was like, mate, this is going good.
Oh, yeah, you're well in.
So I was like, oh my God, what luck. My mum has just gone out with her boyfriend, Hernando, for the evening, so I'm in the house all to myself. What town do you live in? I could come pick you up right now. I don't want to view the pics because I haven't had sex in so long because my mum keeps saying it's weird or whatever. So I don't really care what you look like. Drop me an address and I will be there in 5. Ian.
I don't care what you look like. Just wear a paper bag, it's fine. As long as I see you breathing.
Exactly, yeah, that's absolutely fine. So long as I have consent and breath, we're all good.
Oh, God.
So I got a reply saying, Ian, hey, my boyfriend can read this email. That's why we must begin our meeting on this site. Just find my profile. And another one, Kim54 profile.
Wow. She's eager.
See, this is where it starts to break down. I was like, I don't know about that. Seems like it would have been pretty easy for you to just have sent your address to me right then rather than say your boyfriend reads your emails. So stop wasting time, send me your address. If you want to sink your luscious lips into my juicy corn shooter, then tell me that address. I'm sat in my car waiting. Engine is on. Walnut whip is out. It's a little gooey, but you can work around that. And I signed it off with Ian with a kiss.
This is so good.
I got an email back saying, I think you want to date me? With a question mark. I don't use email. Please contact me on Kim12 chat. So another link.
For someone that doesn't use email, she's using an awful lot of email.
That's what I thought. But then, so this is quite a long one. This was me trying to really just sort of win her over, just really trying to get her address so, I could just go pick her up and take her out for a waffle or something, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I said, you have been using email for the past several weeks trying to get me to click on multiple links to chat to you on a website when we could have already started our love affair by now. We could have been married. I was planning to take you to Vegas to elope. Get married by an Elvis impersonator. Well, I'm not that rich, so it would have probably been one of the more abundant and decidedly cheaper Elvis the Elvis impersonator impersonators. I had the ring picked out. Every time I read your email, I get down on one knee to practice. Why must you tease me like this? I filled my entire shampoo bottle with seed, so if you wanted kids, we could get right to it. Hook it up like a makeshift love drip.
Oh.
Our kids would be amazing. My eyes and your email flirting skills, we'd sit them down and tell them how you emailed me out of the blue, cheated on your boyfriend at the time. What was his name? Oh, who cares? It almost didn't happen because your mum here just wouldn't bloody chat via email. So I could sweep her off her feet. So what do you say, darling? Shall I put my car and subsequently, but more metaphorically, our love into first gear?
So good.
So that sounds like it's got to win anyone over, right?
I mean, at the moment, I'm falling for you.
Oh, stop it, you.
I am Kim. No.
I knew it. So I got an email back, right? And I was thinking this must be it. So I opened it with fear in my heart and I read, I have several naked pictures for you. It's in my private gallery. Just sign in there to find my profile. Kim Smith.
Oh dear. That's so disappointing.
Yeah. So I emailed back, you've done it again. I'm bored of waiting for you. I'm off to bed. We could have had the world. We could have made sweet love in the rain while listening to our song. It would have been People Equal Shit by Slipknot. I had it queued up on an iPod on repeat in our favourite place by the lake. Took me hours to feed an extension cable out there so we could have naughty sex without fear of the battery dying, but now you've gone and thrown that all away. I'm going to cry wank into a sock. Good night, my love.
Good night, my love.
Right, so I completely assumed, right, she'd go for the sad email, and she'd just be like, you know what, here's my address.
Oh, yeah.
Just round the corner, come to me now. But I got, let's start our meeting here. It is secure, just find my profile. Here is my profile. Don't slow down!
Oh, God.
So there was just a few more emails that we had going back and forth. So one of my last ones was, sorry, I finished my wank. I now feel sorry for my sock and I'm going to wash it. No time for link clicking. I'm deleting my email so you can never make my heart feel as heavy as you have done today. Good night, my lost love.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I feel slightly sad, really.
But then I just got back, Ian, honey, just contact me on the profile page. I don't use this email for chatting, with a sad winky face. I was just like, why don't you text me instead then? I just got, did you forget? And that was it. That was the end of our love affair.
Oh.
I know I said at the beginning that I've left my wife and have started this new love affair with my new girlfriend, but like I said, I'm just living in hope that one day Kim will text me and just be like, here's my address, Ian. You just come round. You bring the walnut whip. I'll bring the I don't know what, condoms. I don't know. And, we can just start our dirty, crispy, stinky love affair.
Plastic bags.
I'll bring the plane tickets. You bring the walnut whip. I'll see you in Vegas.
Nice. Well, I can only wish you the best.
Thank you very much. I can't say my wife was too heartbroken to see me leave her.
I don't know why. That's weird.
Sorry, darling. I've got something to tell you, and I need to go. My heart is being cold, and she just kind of carried on looking at TikTok and just was like, "Yeah, all right, see you later."
Take your time.
I think I kind of just got back. Okay, have a good night. See you soon. So that is where everything stands at the moment. But all that absolute bollocks aside, Jordan, what have you got coming up for us today on this special, super loved up episode of Two Guys What's Up?
Oh, it really is, isn't it? So I've got some of the worst best man speeches.
Brilliant. That's a mouthful.
Which felt appropriate.
Absolutely, yeah.
And what have you got coming up for us?
Well, me old groom, 4 years ago, I decided to look up some creepy wedding-related stories. And it was bloody difficult, because whenever you type wedding horror stories, or anything to that effect, it comes up with stories like, oh, I found out on our wedding day that my husband was actually a flock of pigeons in a tuxedo, or I found out the bride was actually banging me nan, something to that effect. It's all those like...
Oh, yeah, classic.
Yeah, it's all those tabloidy kind of like, my toaster is dating my mum, and, those stupid story magazines that you get.
Yeah.
But I did find a couple, which I'm sure you're going to enjoy. Both of these stories come from the dailymail.co.uk, so infinitely better content than those magazines, I'm sure you'll agree.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I guess without further ado, shall I just tell you them?
Yeah, go on then.
Let's do this!
Just by the way, just looking to my left out the window, there's a wonderful rainbow.
Oh, really?
There is.
It must be a sign of the love that is flowing through our listeners' ears right now.
It very well could be.
Delicious.
Or it could be the love that Kim is sending to you now.
Hopefully. I blocked her email, so just waiting for it to turn up at my door.
Fair enough. Walnut whip in hand.
Anyway, my first story is about a lady called Amethyst Realm.
I'm a fist.
Amethyst.
Oh, okay.
So, story number 1 from Amethyst Realm. She is 32, from Bristol, seems like a down-to-earth person, but then she also claims to have many sexual encounters with ghosts.
Oh.
But in 2018, on a trip to Australia, she met the ghost of her dreams, a sexy spectre called Ray. Spooky, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've just, sorry, my mind just went to, the documentaries they see where people, like, in love and have sexual relationships with things. Like, I remember someone had a thing with a car exhaust.
Yep.
And I believe a woman was in love with the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I think that person actually married the Eiffel Tower.
I think you're right, I mean, somehow Ghost doesn't sound quite as fucked up.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more on the crazy side, because if you believe that's true, then you're imagining it.
Yeah. What would you prefer? Would you prefer to be locked in a cell with a weirdo who thinks that they're into ghosts, or a weirdo that thinks that they can marry the Eiffel Tower?
Probably the Eiffel Tower, because then if it was the other one, they might think I'm a ghost, and they might try and marry me.
What if it's Kim?
I was just going to, well, I am spoken for, so, if it's Kim, then fair enough. If it's anyone else, then I'll have to fend them off.
Oh,
So I'll just
fair
be like,
enough.
Kim's waiting for me. It's in my emails.
Not anymore.
Anyway, the relationship between Ray and Amethyst moved quickly at the time. This was published in 2020. So the two were apparently planning on getting married and having children, but unfortunately, it's bad news for Amethyst as she now revealed that after a trip to Thailand, she's calling off the big day and breaking our ghostly pal Ray's heart.
Oh,
I know, sad times.
why is that?
Well, as you must be as gutted as I am for poor Ray, but it seems it was all his doing, for you see, on this holiday, Ray changed.
I see, he's a shapeshifter.
No. See, I like your thinking, but no, he just turned into a dick.
Oh, a literal penis.
No, just like a bastard, like, you've changed, you used to be cool.
Like a nasty man.
That's the one, yeah.
Got ya.
Well, not nasty, no, you'll hear, just shut your gobber.
Okay, yeah.
So, after falling in with the wrong crowd of ghosties abroad, Amethyst suspects her lover was drinking and doing drugs, as he would apparently bring back unknown ghosts to the hotel room, and eventually, as anyone would, she got sick of it.
So he wasn't treating her well. I see.
Yeah, he was like on holiday. He's like, look, love, right, I've had an hard week in spectral work at home. I'm on holiday now, and I want to go out with lads. I've met this bunch of spookies, and we're going to go do some drugs, right? And I'll catch you later, love, right, back. Yeah, kiss on forehead. And she's just like, I'm not happy with this, Raymond.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, on Amethyst, I think that's fair.
I think that's fair. So in an interview, Amethyst said, we've called the wedding off. It was all going really well until we went on holiday, and that was last May, and he's just completely changed. I think he fell in with a bad crowd while on holiday. He would disappear for long periods of time and bring back other spirits to the house, and yeah, he just changed.
Poor Amethyst.
And all this after just a few days prior on the way to the holiday destination on the plane, Amethyst claims to have joined the Mile High Club after doing the naughty business with her then fiancé Ray in the bathroom. And then he goes and pulls this shit.
What a twat.
Exactly, yeah. She's like, yeah, I'll bang you in bathroom, and then as soon as we get there, I'll dump you and go do some drugs.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so she said it went all downhill from there. These spirits would stay for days, they would be crashing and banging, and there'd be strange noises. She says, I've never had negative experience with spirits before, but this was pretty scary. One would just follow me, and another one would just have a constant bad smell, and there were things were being moved, and, all that kind of ghostly, spiritually, normally naughty, horrible stuff.
Constant bad smell.
Constant bad smell, yep. I think she maybe just didn't change her bin. Because, she was away on holiday for a week, she came home, bin hadn't been changed. Stench.
Yeah, you could be onto something with that.
Oh, I definitely am. I've done it before.
Well, you are the human bin.
Yeah, my breath just constantly stinks.
That's why we don't normally record together in the same room.
Yeah, stench is just too bad.
That's why I always sound like I've got a cold. It's just a peg.
You're like phone me just before we record. It's like, hey man, you had any clients today? It's like, yeah, I've done 4 poopers and 1 weir. It's like, right, phone call today, I think. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Traffic's really bad. I won't be able to make it.
Yeah. I've just checked Google Maps, mate. Can't get to yours.
It said it's going to take 46 hours.
Yeah, but you only live 3 miles away.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, mate, I'm free then. No. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Want to ride the wave while I feel creative.
Good thinking. So, not quite willing to just let the relationship go, though, Amethyst did fight for her ghostly guy, and she tried to talk it out with Ray. She gave him chance after spooky chance, but after nothing changed and his shenanigans continued, she saged the house and effectively kicked him out.
Well, good for her. Stand up for yourself, Amethyst.
Absolutely, yeah, stand your ground. Kick that spooky bugger out.
Yeah.
So get this, Ray's family got involved. They said they were upset by how Ray was acting and were upset that the wedding that was set to take place in Somerset was now cancelled. Sad times.
Well, I wonder if Ray's family are just like him, though.
I did wonder that. Are they dead or alive?
Well, you could be thinking that. I was more thinking if they're just like him, his mindset.
Oh, like going out and partying all the time.
Exactly. So maybe she's just better off not caring about what they thought.
Possibly, yeah. Just break off, move away from that. You don't need those vibes. Just go and be happy.
Yeah, he's got a friend called Brian that's good for her.
You wait. You wait. Amethyst stated that she feared the pandemic was the cause for Ray's actions because apparently ghosts have to social distance from one another too and also fear getting ill. ill,
Oh, really?
which I've never heard of before.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Spooky ghosts getting spooky sick.
I mean, I've heard of, like, ectoplasm.
Oh, ectoplasm, yeah. Well, they just admit that anyway, don't they?
Yeah, but that could be, like, the virus.
Well, their form of, like,
Achoo!
flu and stuff like that.
Oh, God, he's spitting off ectoplasm.
I think they use that to, like, manifest things in real life, though. I don't think it's, like, mucus.
How do you know? Have you tasted it?
Of course I have. Who do you think you're talking to?
It's not quite as thick, so...
Not quite as thick, a little less salty, and clearer. Anyway, moving forward.
Lovely.
Amethyst concluded by saying that she's happy to be free and single right now, and the experience hasn't put her off dating more ghosts in future. Ray refused to comment.
I'm sure he did. That's great.
So my second story comes from a singer named Brocardi. I think that's pronounced.
Okay.
She's 38, a performer from Oxfordshire.
Oxfordshire, eh?
Oxfordshire, sorry.
You posh shit.
I can't put any T's in that.
I thought you meant to replace the R for a T.
Oxford Tire?
No, Oxfordshire.
Oh, right.
I thought that's what you meant when you said can't put a T in it.
No. I was speaking more of a Yorkshire sense.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, Shire.
Oxfordshire, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, I'm just reading it. So, she was utterly angered because on her honeymoon, with her new husband, she was always expected to pick up the tab. And why? Because her new husband doesn't have a bank card. And why? Because her new husband is a ghost, Jordan!
I mean, she's fucking nut job.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Especially when you've got a name like Bacardi.
No, it's Brocardi or Brocard. I don't know.
I think she's just that drunk off rum. Then maybe she just doesn't know how to spell it.
Possibly, yeah. It's like, put your name here, love. From, she's written down.
And she just thought it was an order
Yeah,
form.
just thought it was a drinks order. Anyway, the singer claimed to have married the ghost of a Victorian soldier named Eduardo. And while on their honeymoon, Eduardo apparently drank too much alcohol. He said he was being passionate and romantic by wrestling her to the ground of the beach for a bit of adult time when she was just trying to share her ice cream with him.
He's only after one thing, typical bloke.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking wankers they all are. She was so annoyed because she says, it went everywhere, all over my face, in my hair. And of course the sand stuck to it, so I looked like I just had a fight with a giant seagull.
That just had a laxative.
Less of a fight, more of a diarrhea bomb.
Just side note, have you seen that old viral video where those kids fed seagulls? I think it was a McDonald's that was laced with all this laxative.
Right.
Have you not seen it?
I have not. That sounds grim.
You'll have to link it in the description.
Okay.
But basically, they're on a beach and they feed this food, and then they just, they go really far back with the cameras and they just zoom in and see everyone getting shit on.
God. That sounds grim.
Yeah. Can you imagine? There's like joggers going by, like, what the
Oh, God,
awful.
I would hate that. That's why I stay away from the beach.
Yeah.
Anyway, she says alcohol bottles were always mysteriously left empty, aside from the gin bottle, which he didn't like.
But probably into rum.
That's why he married her, yeah. But apparently, Eduardo once suggested ordering 12 bottles of the best champagne to the room for when they made it to the hotel, knowing full well that she'd be the one to pay for the buggers.
I don't know who he's expecting that would drink 12 bottles of the best champagne.
God knows. I mean, especially not him. He's a fucking ghost.
Yeah, where does that liquid go?
I couldn't tell you, man. The story's just absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Apparently, she shared a video of the pair exchanging vows on Instagram, and Brocardi can even be heard in the clip saying, I do. And she answers, he does, for her ghostly groom.
Okay, so she speaks for him.
Yes, because obviously, he can drink, but he can't talk.
Massive red flag.
Absolutely. Halfway through her interview, Brocardi screamed and revealed that Eduardo was there, on set with them. She stated that her life-impaired life partner was not best pleased with her talking about him on the TV. As she spoke, Eduardo knocked her headpiece, while the singer shouted about him ruining her wedding day and making her look a right idiot on TV, which I think she was probably doing a pretty good job of herself. Eduardo refused to comment.
Oh no, did he? Yeah, I did wonder. But he was all right drinking all that booze.
Yeah, that's probably the reason he was late to set, because he was just like in the green room, like gobbling down all like the Jello shots and the best champagne that was set out for the guests.
Creating all this ectoplasm.
Anyway, they are my spooky stories of fucking crazy people who say they were married to and have sex with ghosts.
That is bonkers.
Tell me about it.
Here's the thing, and I don't know how to word this because either way, I think I'm going to sound like an awful person, which I'm obviously not.
Just say it. You are, but carry on.
So either they are massively fucked up in the head and they truly believe it.
Yes.
It could be a threefold thing. Or they are just saying it for attention's sake and hoping to get kind of famous out of it. Or it is real. And actually, yeah, they are married to this ghost. And
What I think it is when you're a kid and you really like the Power Rangers, so you go up to your mum and you go, Mum, I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually a Power Ranger. And you pretend to be it for all intents and purposes.
yeah. Especially the pink one.
Yep, that was my favourite, Kim. Good old Kim. Hi, Kim!
There you go.
It was meant to be!
Full circle.
What I think it is they have an interest in the paranormal and they're trying to make themselves seem cool by telling everyone they're married to ghosts.
So you think that they realise it's bullshit?
I think they're making it up, yeah.
So you don't think there's anybody in the world that truly believes it?
The only ghosts that I know of from actual accounts and stories are from people who aren't happy about it, who have sex with ghosts, are from legends of succubus and incubus.
Right.
And they don't do it to just be like, oh yeah, I want to be your husband because I'm a ghost. They do it to suck your fucking life force out of you.
Still, what a night, though.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently it's great. I'd give it a go. Kim might be one.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a really lazy one that actually can't be bothered to come and do a job.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just like in like a ghost call center and she just like sends out the emails just to make it look like she's done a job.
Maybe, yeah.
Like when you get a
Cold caller.
Yeah, you get a call from a call center and then they hang up instantly. It's so you can make it look like you've been calling people, but you actually can't be asked. So maybe that's why.
Why just hang up? Why not bother calling at all?
Because they're generally trying to scam you. So if you can't be bothered doing the work, you just call up and then your boss can go, hey, how come you haven't made any sales? You can be like, I called the people, but they didn't answer. So what am I supposed to do?
Got you.
And then they can't go, you bugger. So yeah, she's just sat in a spooky ghost call center, emailing people. She'll be like, yeah, I emailed them, but they didn't bite. Soz, mate.
Could be, yeah. And then just stringing you along, yeah.
My heart is broken.
I'm sorry.
So I'm going to have to go back to my wife now.
Just explain.
She won't even realise, would she? She'll be like, yeah, I'm back from my ghostly adventure. She'll be like, yeah, did you get milk?
No, but I can make some.
I was saving this for Kim, but you can have it.
Lovely.
Grim. Anyway, tell me some best man stories.
Okay. Well, it turns out that the best man can in fact be the worst man, shall we say. Often intoxicated, usually directing his speech to a small group of drunk friends who are the only ones laughing at their inside jokes.
Yeah.
The worst man's main objective is to humiliate the groom by mentioning maybe past romantic failures, professional inadequacy, and just general incompetence.
His tiny dick.
Potentially, if they've seen it, yeah.
Who hasn't seen their best pal's dick?
But yeah, I mean, like, we show each other all the time.
Yeah, we sword fight it all. That's what we were doing before your wedding. Stood at the altar waiting for your wife.
Maybe that's why the priest wasn't looking at you.
Just didn't want to talk to me.
He was like, right, I've had it with this. I think it was when he tried to join in and we said, no, stop.
You felt a bit left out.
Just took the hump.
It's like, oh my god.
He could just easily hide it. He's just got a robe.
Exactly, yeah, it's very true. He just parts his robe. Can I join in? No. Get away.
No, it's me and best man only. Fuck off.
Yeah. You can play the loser.
Just as the wedding march begins on the organ, we're like, oh shit. Zip.
What a sight. Two guys sword fighting at the front of the priest waiting there for his turn.
Beautiful. What a thought. Gorgeous. It's just like it was yesterday.
I play her out of memory over and over. Sorry, carry on.
So the chances are the worst man's speech will become dreadfully long. Then there's a mention of the stag night. The worst man will boast about the epic drinking party he organised, going to excruciating detail about the groom's vomiting episode. The underlying issue is that the worst man simply fails to grasp the significance of the day and, in truth, doesn't really understand his own responsibilities. It's all about him.
What a dickhead.
I know. Best men, eh? As a result, his speech misses the mark and will be remembered for all the wrong reasons. So here I have a few of those examples for you, which felt fitting with today's wedding theme.
Brilliant.
So the first one, the best man hoped the wedding would make it into the groom's top 3 lifetime moments. The prior top 3 were, and he stated, number 3, when his football team got promoted. Number 2, when he didn't have to pay for his lengthy train fare.
Okay.
And number 1, when he walked into a kebab shop, met 2 ladies and ended up having a threesome with them. The groom's mum was horrified.
I can imagine it would be, yeah.
That's note to anyone that is doing any best man speeches, maybe don't follow these examples.
Yeah, do not mention intercourse with previous women on the person's wedding day.
Absolutely not. Not recommended.
Bad move.
Another one says, the time when the best man said, we've been through a lot together. Thankfully, none of them are here tonight.
Are these all going to be about mentioning previous sexual endeavours?
I mean, no, not quite. Not quite. I'll give you another one. Another brave groom admitted that his brother once told the assembled crowd of family and friends that, as a boy, he used to go down to the woods collecting worms in a jar, into which he'd then insert his willy.
Oh my God.
And so that he could find out what it's like to have sex.
A wriggly fleshlight.
Oh, God. Apparently, he said, I'm still having to deny it when I meet people 17 years on. That is just the most disgusting thing.
Agreed, yeah. A dirty, undulating fleshlight. Ugh.
Oh, that sounds good, actually.
I can't imagine how grim that would be. That's like one of my worst nightmares.
Oh, do you have one often, yeah? Am I always dreaming about this? It's like some 10th film of Saw.
Yeah. Like all the previous games are like, chop your own fingers off and eat this fucking, I don't know, needle and stuff like that. And they're like, Ian, put your dick in this jar of worms.
You're like, oh, give me the needles. Give me the clamps.
I'm already there like, look, I'm cutting my arm off. Is that not good enough?
I'll move on.
Okay.
So the next one is not strictly a best man speech, but actually the father of the bride.
Delicious.
When he thanked everyone for being there, and most importantly, was really sorry that the groom's grandmother couldn't be there with them, as she'd unfortunately passed away the previous month.
Oh.
Which is really sad.
Very.
However, said grandmother was in fact sat on the next table.
Oh, right. Was the guy just
Not good.
anticipating it and wrote it into his speech and didn't realise,
don't
like,
know.
forgot to take it out?
He's obviously not very astute because she's just on the next table. That
Yeah.
or he didn't really know the family or something like that.
He was probably just reading like I do, like reading from the script and just like, everything else just like goes black around you and you're just trying to focus on the script.
Yeah, exactly. Possibly.
These
Could
things
be.
happen when you stood up doing a public speech when you're terrified to do so.
Out of curiosity, how did you find when you did the speech for me?
Jack Daniels.
Oh, you okay?
That's the only answer I have for you. Jack Daniels. It helped.
Okay. Okay. Did you feel nervous?
Yeah. I hate
Did
public
you?
speaking. Yeah. I mean, I could probably do it a bit better now that I'm a bit more adept to speaking. But
I don't know.
yeah, shut up. I know you get the unedited versions of these and you have to listen to me stumble through things for about 3 hours, but I am getting better. And yeah, I'd probably do a bit better now. But back then, I was just like, I hate reading, I hate speaking in public, and I hate talking in front of people I don't know, and I hate having all eyes on me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I did it for you because I love you.
Thank you. And you did a great job.
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed it.
So very kind of you.
The next one. Turns out that the groom can be a little bit of a knob as well. Not that I'd ever know that, of course.
Of course.
A speech began by the groom himself said, "You weren't my first choice for best man," which everyone would, of course, assumed it would be followed up with, "You were my only choice for best man."
Yep.
Naturally. But no, he just moved on about how he met his wife in a lay-by.
Oh, right. Dog in.
Oh, God. Could you imagine that, though? So, thanks for being here. Now, Ian, you weren't my first choice for best man. But, wife, I met you. Like, could you imagine?
You're waiting for the punchline.
Could you absolutely imagine that? You would feel so gutted.
Yeah, and then especially if you had to stand up and make a speech.
Yeah.
You weren't my first choice of groomsmen.
Groom.
You were just the only one in the playground that day, and I had to come talk to you.
Yeah. Another one says, "My first wedding, best man absolutely paralytic, reading the cards. Couldn't read one. It's in spidery handwriting, and he said, 'Can't read this. Which cunt wrote this?' Turned out to be the mother of the bride."
I hope she put her hand up and was like, me, you fucker.
See, my thought was like, if there's one way to get into the heart of your new family, it's obviously that.
Absolutely, yeah. Insult the bride's mother, yeah, absolutely. May as well, like, just go in completely full throttle then. Just be like, right, well, yeah, you can't write, and, just point to the bride's dad and be like, you're a dickhead and all. Just,
Yeah.
just finish it off, why not?
How you managed to together create this wonderful human I'm marrying, I've no fucking clue.
Who, let's be honest, is still half a bitch.
And that's when there's the devastating revelation that she's actually adopted.
Yeah.
And she never knew until that moment.
How dare you, young man? She's adopted. Oops.
It's like, what? Bombshell. I'll leave you with one last one.
Okie doke.
Went to a wedding where the groom was getting married for the second time, not long after the first.
Same day.
I'm assuming not. That would be illegal.
Oh, yes.
So the best man gets up and says, well, welcome back, everyone.
Very clever.
That was great.
Same speech from the last one.
He could have done, yeah, just change the name.
Yeah, change the name, add that little bit at the beginning. You're good to go.
Yeah, perfect. So basically, if anyone's out there listening, it is going to be doing a best man speech themselves.
Yeah.
I can only hope that this gives you some inspiration.
Yeah, on what not to write or do or how to act.
Or just be your own person and do it anyway.
Take a little bit of my advice and do what I did and write a delightful, heartfelt best man speech. But take about half a bottle of Jack Daniels before you do it.
Excellent. Well, it worked, so
Yep.
yeah.
Did good, yep. There's probably some video out there somewhere.
I have video.
I love Jordan. He's a good guy. His wife, you'll never sword fight as good as I do. And then I had to get held back by the rest of the groomsmen, like, you'll never take my place. Throwing mash at her and stuff.
Hopefully not with your sword. Catapult incoming. Oh, amazing! I do have the video somewhere of your best man speech.
Let's not share that.
No,
There is personal and intimate details of our life on that, Jordan, and it cannot be put into the public sector.
that is true, and also no one else should really go and see this sword fight.
Yeah, it's brutal as a fucking right ending. I came in for the double swingle slice, and you countered it with a double ball smack, and then
It was more like a quadruple, wasn't it?
it was, yeah, but then I used illegal tactics, and I used my elbow to snap your sword in half, and then I came down for the sword tombstone, bah, right down the top, one into the other.
That was my favourite move, actually.
I learnt it from you, mate. I thought that best to use it on your wedding day.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. What great memories.
Fantastic,
And,
yeah, beautiful. And you're still recovering today, aren't you?
A little bit, still slightly tender.
Very nice.
It's the fact that it's still at a 90-degree angle, which is the problem.
So yeah, every time you go for a piss, it goes up your nose. That's the annoying part.
I was thinking more to the side, and when you said
right.
go for a piss, I was thinking poor guy next to me at you, Rhino. It's like, what? I was like, oh, sorry, mate. Sword fights.
Sword fight mishap, mate. Yeah, I know that feels. And then you get it in your eye.
It's like, yeah, me and all.
Yeah.
Shall we see if we can correct ourselves? Round one. Fight!
Okay, well, on that disgusting note, I think that about brings us to the end of today, does it not?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Fantastic. Okay, well then, let's wrap this shit show up, shall we?
Yeah, please.
So, thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. If you'd like to get in touch with us, have an idea you'd like us to research, have something read out in a future episode, or even if you just want to say hi, you can find all the links to our socials where you can reach us at twoguyswhatsup.com, which will be linked in the description of this episode for your clickety-dickety pleasure. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode, and maybe even tell a friend. Take your friend to the altar of podcasts and marry the Two Guys What's Up audio so that you can take it on honeymoon and share it with the rest of the world. Beautiful. And don't forget, we now have a Patreon where you can currently find our newest piece of Two Guys What's Up merch. We currently have badges, which comes with a shout out, and we also now have our brand new t-shirts on there waiting for your body to just fill them up.
Oh, lovely.
All starting from just £3. So if you want to help support us and get some cool stuff while you do it, you can do that over at patreon.com/2guyswhatsup. But if you can't do that and you'd still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review of the Apple Podcast app would go a long way to help us out, and we would be eternally grateful.
We totally He would.
But on that note, thank you for listening. Have an amazing week, guys, and we will see you next Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I swear there was just bird muck everywhere.